Hello students, today's agenda is to check homework. We'll be learning about rational expressions and you will be able to do 2.2. Today students will be able to create expressions from scenarios and they will be rational expressions. Now what is a rational expression? A rational expression is a fraction with polynomials in the numerator and denominator. The numerator is the expression above this line and the denominator is below the line. And so we have 5x plus 3x plus 1 will be a trinomial and x plus 2 is a binomial. Okay, for number 1 it says we will buy 4 tables and 32 chairs for an event. We will divide the cost between 4 siblings. And so what we need to do is identify what information they give us, what are we missing, and what does that represent? Well, the information we don't know, that's what's going to be represented by variables. So we're going to buy 4 tables and 32 chairs. We will divide the cost between 4 siblings. And so how would you represent that? The 4 tables will be 4x, or you can put 4t, plus 32 chairs could be 32y. And then divide the cost. What does that mean? That means that this alone represents the cost for the tables and the chairs. And divide the cost by the 4 siblings. So the 4 represents the number of tables. If this represents the cost, that means that this will be the cost for each table. Cost per table. This will be the 32 chairs, or number of chairs. And this will be the cost per chair. So by multiplying that, we'll have the total cost for each set of items. And this will be the 4 siblings. So the unit in here we can set at the end will end up with money, right? How much each person will pay. So that will be the money each person will pay. And so sometimes you're able to simplify and know, but in here, let's see. And we have learned about the pretzel, right? So 4x divided by 4 is x, plus, then we do the other part of the pretzel, and 32y divided by 4 is 8y. What does this represent? That's the cost that each person will pay, each one of the siblings. Okay, again, this is in simplified form. So what each sibling will pay. And in this case, we were able to see that each sibling will pay for 1 of the tables and for 8 of the chairs. But in some cases, if you're going to order only 3 tables and maybe 30 chairs, that's not as easy because you're going to pay for fractions of it. And you might want to leave it without simplifying, okay? Or if you want to simplify it, but you will end up with fractions. Number 2 says, you have 3 boxes of candles. We can underline already. And 10 loose candles. You will divide them among 5 people in your family and whoever comes to the event. Okay, so you have 3 boxes of candles, and notice how I'm doing it by itself so that people think that 3 boxes of candles, they want to add 2 different variables, but no, it says 3 boxes. Do we know how many boxes? Yes, that's just representing the 3. So this is not the boxes, this is the candles in each box. And 10 loose candles. Loose means sueltas, or outside of the box. Okay, and you will divide them among 5 people in your family and whoever comes to the event. Do we know who's coming to the event or how many people are coming to the event? No, we don't. So we're going to divide that by the number of people that come plus the 5 people in your family. So this is number of boxes. This is candles per box. This is the loose candles. These are the number of people coming to the event. And people in your family. Now we can see that in this case we cannot simplify, and so we're just going to leave it like that. But the unit, what would be the unit? Well, this is the boxes with candles plus candles, and divide among a number of people, and so it's just going to be candles that each person gets. Okay, so by dividing all of this is the candles that each person gets. And so the result would be candles each, or number of candles each person gets. This is where my camera stopped, so I'm just gonna leave those right there. So it says there are 30 boxes of Legos. Yay, Legos. And after you do your homework, if you have any Legos at home, it's so relaxing to start building and seeing how creative you can get. You have kids, enjoy it with them. If not, then you can enjoy it yourself. Okay, just keep adding. It's relaxing to put those and see what you create. And no, it's not a commercial, but it is fun. There are 30 boxes of Legos and 15 bags of Legos. Do we know how many boxes of Legos do I have? Yes, I know the number of boxes, but I don't know the number of Legos in each box. So this is not going to be my variable. My variable will be the number of Legos in each box, okay? So then there are also 20 loose Legos. Remember, loose means that they're outside of the boxes and bags. You divide the Legos among 5 children. And so I already had this in here, the 30 boxes. This is the number of boxes. Plus 15y is the 15 bags with Legos, plus the 20 loose Legos, and divide among 5 children. So 30 represents the number of boxes. X is Legos or Lego pieces per box. Then this is the number of bags, and this will be the Legos per bag or in each bag. Legos per bag. And these are the 20 loose Legos. And it should be Lego pieces, okay? And the 5 represents the number of children. So the unit is not children, is not boxes, is not bags, but at the end, when you multiply this and add all the Legos and divide it by the 5 children, then you end up with number of Legos. What is it? The number of Legos that each child gets. So the unit will be Legos, but more specifically, number of Legos, and it should be again Lego pieces, but Legos each child gets. Children is plural, child is singular. Now let's see if we can simplify and know really how many Lego pieces each one gets. Well, can all of them be divided by 5? Yes. So this is not a pretzel because pretzel only has 2 parts, but that means that we're going to divide each part. 30x divided by 5 is 6x. 15y divided by 5 is 3y. And 20 divided by 5 is 4. What does that mean? That each one of the children will get 6 boxes of Legos, 3 bags of Legos, and 4 loose Legos. Okay, so this is the number of Legos that each one will get. Okay, for the last one, it says create a scenario. Now you have to come up with your own, and this is just an example. It says 5x plus 20y minus 3 divided by w plus 2. And so, being a teacher, I think I just want to say something like I have 5 boxes of pencils, and I have 20 pencil holders, and 3 of them do not work. You know how sometimes mechanical pencils don't work? Now I will divide them among my students plus my colleague and myself. Okay, the other teacher and myself and all my students. All of these will be divided among all of us. Okay, so let's write that down. I have 5 boxes of pencils and 20, let's put pencil holders with pencils. 3 mechanical pencils, I just put pencils, but 3 pencils do not work. I will divide them among my students, my colleague, and myself. Again, the W represents the number of students. This will be my colleague and myself. Whoops, they go together. This is the number of boxes, pencils per box. This is the pencil holders, number of pencil holders, meaning the little bags. This is pencils per pencil holder. Pencil per. So the number of pencils that are in here. And these are the 3 that I'm going to throw away because, or recycle if they're made of recyclable plastic, because they don't work. So pencils that don't work. We're now done with this lesson, but let me share that this is from my girl who is 20 years old now. She used to love them, and now we're having fun with my 4-year-old and my 8-year-old. So while I go and play with them, if you can please give us a thumbs up, subscribe around here. Here is the link for the entire unit, and here you will find the next lesson. Now you're able to do 2.2 and have fun. And notice how math is everywhere.